Hey y'all, it's your favorite trainer with a belt buckle. Today's a sneak peek into our online classes where we analyze the squat pattern. If you're not familiar with me, I'm the favorite trainer with a belt buckle and the giant biceps who wrote the book, How to Become a Successful Personal Trainer, and we're changing the landscape of personal training today. 90% of certified trainers quit within the first year. Not when you show up and get your level 1. You end up making this into a career because you're able to articulate, network, help Nick, as I talk about in my book. More importantly, you understand the muscles of the shoulder, the hip, the knee, regressions and progressions, and how to program utilizing our CSCA standards. If you want to make this and turn your passion for fitness into a career, you got to show up. So what we do today is we have interns submit their videos of the squat pattern. We're taking a look at the back squat for a 10 rep, but at 65%. So you should be able to easily do this for 10 repetitions. The expectations for your level 1, you need to know 20 muscles of the lower body. So you have 3 hamstring muscles, you have 3 adductor muscles, 4 quadriceps, 3 glutes, and 7 calf muscles. You need to be able to name those in front of a panel of coaches who are level 1. And in today's class, what we do is we're taking a look at the agonist and synergist for the squat. The agonist at the knee is going to be your quads. The agonist at the hip will be your glutes. Now, the synergist is one that not many people recognize, but it's your adductor complex. If you want to learn more about biomechanics, movement, and really build your confidence as a personal trainer, you need to show up, and here's a glimpse of what the classes are like. We're analyzing the squat pattern. Comment below. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't read my book. Check this sucker out. Have a great day, y'all. So when Jerry says 1 plate, how much is that?
135.
How much does this bar weigh?
45.
There are Olympic barbells that are for the female division, and those ones will weigh 35. It's always kind of fun to bench press with those because you look stronger, but the bar is not as heavy as the normal one. So just so you know. Now, if this was a Smith machine, if you don't know what a Smith machine, it would be a machine like this, but you'd have these hooks and the bar is fixed. How much does that bar weigh?
Don't those vary a lot?
Who said that? Who said that kind of, was that Josh? What'd you say?
Randy.
Don't those vary a lot?
Yeah, it's going to be the answer. It varies a lot. I've found some Smith machines that have a 60-pound bar. That was a rude awakening. I thought I was the weakest person in the world. There's some that I've seen that are 10 to 15. It depends on the manufacturer. It's a pain in the ass, but you actually have to take a photo or look at the Smith machine and then go look online what that specific model is. My niece was hip thrusting the other day and she's like, I did 235. I said, send me a video. It was on a Smith machine. I said, that probably wasn't 235. I said, you got to take a photo of that. You got to go look up the manufacturer because most of Smith machine bars are significantly less than. So, but standard is going to be 45 here. So Jerry sets up, comes in there. Notice little things. Okay. The depth. Now, some people might say that that's knee valgus. I'm not concerned with it. If I'm working with Jerry, I'm going to say, Jerry, do you have knee pain?
No.
Nope. Now, if I'm training him while he's doing these reps on the second one, pretend like I'm behind him right now, I'm just going to lightly touch the left part of his leg. So reps 3 and 4, he's not going to be doing that. He's going to be driving out more. I'm not going to scare my clients with this and be like, we need to stop. You have knee valgus. Absolutely not. This is great. I like the control on the way down. Now, a couple things. Not the end of the world. And I feel people do this as a way of just fucking mansplaining. It's always dudes who do this. But don't do it to your clients in a way that makes them feel bad. So like if we really want to get down to a little, does anyone, would anyone want to chime in and have any questions about anything like, oh, what about this or what about that? We're not going to hurt Jerry's feelings. He's a tough dude.
Yeah, open book, criticizing me. I actually put a video on here of heavier weight, but me criticizing myself.
That's what we're getting to next. But I wanted to go to the warm-up first. I would say it's one small thing. Whoa, now we're getting weird. How do I thought I could maybe zoom in. I can't. I just did something. What do we see? You guys still see it?
Yeah, it's paused.
So if you look at the setup bar, you can see the distance on his left hand on the black and the distance on the right hand. So he's a little off centered here. So he should be just probably over this way, another 2 inches to be even. Did he die? No, he's fine. It's okay. Like I see people that would be like, whoa, you gotta stop, It's like really jacked up. Oh, it's fine. It's not the end of the world. Now, if this is like a 3 rep max, yeah, it's going to be something that I want to address. A lot of people out there will lose their shit over shoes. Again, we're not doing a 1 rep max here. Are these the best squatting shoes? No, they're not. They're elevated maybe by an inch or two. It would be the equivalent of like squatting on a Eric's pad. Are you going to lose a little bit of force? Sure. Because of the angle, you're going to be more inclined to drive through your toes. And just watch when he's squatting, you'll see that he is more inclined to kind of put a little more pressure on the front part of his feet. So when I'm setting him up, I'm going to say, it's like, this is great. This isn't bad at all. I'm just going over the little tiny things here. I like your descent. That's great. You're driving your knees out, which is good. I like how he racks it. I like how it steps out. We're only 2 or 3. Great setup. This is how I'm going to work with my client. They call it a shit sandwich. What's a shit sandwich?
Compliment, criticism, compliment.
Yeah. So it's like, love your setup. Like how you came back. Make sure that we're even with the bar. Great job of driving your toes out. That's it. And then we're going to add some weight for the next one. As the trainer, I'm always going to rack it. Now, if this was a session and we're doing a full body, what pattern is this right here?
Squat.
Good. So what do you think we would do next? Not the next circuit. I'm talking immediately right now.
I right after that, I did Arnold presses.
Great. You do your Arnold press. Maybe it's really busy in the gym. Hop up here and do some pull-ups. And then maybe you want to do some, maybe you have some tight hips. So you do some mountain climbers on the ground. So you put the whole mountain comes on the ground, but you put the little valve slides on this because I like this floor, or you put some towels on there. And for 15 seconds, he just drives and he like runs because then he's really going to get his hip flexor stronger. Or maybe you put a band on his feet and you do some standing hip flexion. And then and then going to go and, I think it would be this one. Nope. Same one. Here we go. Can you guys see this?
No.
I would then go put the 25 on each side. I would, if he didn't bring water and we're at 24, I would say, go grab some water if you like. If I had a towel, I would give it to him. I want his breathing to come down because what do you think is going to happen? So this looks like a quarter. Is that right, Jerry?
Yeah, 25.
So how much weight is this? Not you, Jerry. Someone else tell me.
185.
Good. 185. Let's say that Jerry can do this. His PR is 10 reps. What would happen if I went squat, pull-ups, mountain climbers, no rest, go right back into 185?
He's going to get hurt.
I wouldn't say he's going to get hurt.
He's probably going to be gassed.
He's going to be, I like T on that one. He's going to do less. He's probably going to get like 3 and just be, and maybe that's when his form goes to shit and he does get hurt from that, but he's going to do a significant amount less. Now, this is where we get in trouble as a society because him sitting on the bench right now, resting, if someone were to observe that, be like, oh, that trainer sucks. I can't believe his client's sitting down. Which would be harder, the rest or going right back into the workout?
Right back into the
workout.
He's going to be sweating more. And I probably wouldn't even be able to go up to the 25s. I have to stick with the 35s the whole time. And so he goes 135 for 10, pull-ups, mountain climbers, 135 for 6, pull-ups, mountain climbers, 135 for 4, pull-ups, mountain climbers. And he's toast. He's huffing and puffing. Oh my God, this is so hard. But when you look at the overall activation of the muscles that we're training, this is a squat pattern. We're focusing on the knee and the hip. we're doing 60, 50% of what he's capable of. We're not really stimulating the muscle nearly to the point that we can. Now, when we look at the mechanisms of hypertrophy, there's 3 of them. There's 3 mechanisms of hypertrophy. He is creating damage, yes. He is creating metabolic stress, yes. But the most important driver for hypertrophy and development is what?
The tension.
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 So we're compromising a ton of tension. Why? Well, because it's harder. That's, you know what else is really hard? Try this. Try to learn Spanish. And every time you try to learn it at home on flashcards, drink a bottle of whiskey and see how well you retain. Yeah. No, it's not going to work out so well. Do the same with riding a bike or running a mile. Why is it that harder always means better? And that's where society really negatively impacts our clients, because you have places like F45, Orange Theory, Soul Cycle. They're basing it all off that model of harder is better. If you go to an F45 class, I guarantee you're going to burn 1,000 calories. That doesn't mean you're going to get the physique you want. So I want Jared Bear to rest here, and he's going to rest. And when I'm going to ask him, I'm going to say, Jared, this is on you. When you know you can get 10 reps, you give me a thumbs up and we're going to get after it. Now, our relationship could be, how I set up our relationship prior is how we're going to handle that rest. And what I mean by that is we have, if you get to Jimmy's live calls on Friday, he has a lot of clients who are CEOs, lawyers, doctors. They don't like talking. So from what I've learned from my clients, if I'm training one of my non-talkers, I don't talk. I sit there. Now, if I was here at the gym, I wouldn't go on my phone because I don't think it looks good for the environment. Now, when I train in West Hollywood, Santa Monica, La Jolla, me personally, I will go on my phone. Now, why do you think that is? Can anyone explain to that? Why is it because I'm the owner? Because I have bigger biceps than my client? Why? What do you think?
Did you have that relationship with them?
Yes, but what else? I had that relationship here with him as well, though, Jerry.
A lot of social media posting.
Okay, potentially.
The chat box says checking the PR.
Okay, it could be. But the reason is because no one else is around, because we have private gyms. So I've done this before. My client sits down, they're doing their shit. I will sit down and I'll go on my Instagram and I'll check stuff and I'll send messages to students because of the relationship and because no one else is watching. Now, if I was at an Equinox or a 24, I would not do that because of what other people are going to see. You could have me there taking a photo of you and be like, look at this fucking trainer over here. Could be out of context. I don't know. But because I don't know, I would not encourage you to do that. Does that make sense? So let me just show you one other example of this. Where was it? I just had it. It was right around. Right around here, I think. I gotta go through my phone and take all of these star photos because I forget how to do that. That's gonna be my homework today. I'm gonna go and find all these stars. But I had a trainer send me a photo of another trainer at a. Is it? Nope. Another trainer. I'll waste any more time. I'll find it. There we go. Here we go. So. Start this one. So, what do you guys think of that? How does that look?
I don't know if we're looking at the same thing you are.
Okay. Nope, you're not.
Oh. Looks like a confused client with trainer who's not paying attention to help him out.
And they're doing battle ropes, and the trainer's there on their phone. Could they be checking time? Sure. Could they be doing a lot of other things? Sure. Maybe he told the client beforehand, I have my wife's in labor, or she's going to be in labor, and she is going to call. So if she calls, I'm going to check my phone. Is that okay with you? There's a lot of things that could be going on here. Sure. But it's going to be taken out of context when you're in a big gym. And all it takes is for that potential client to see it, and they're just going to see it as very unprofessional. So if you had, as I just said right there, if you have someone who they need to reach out to you, and just set those expectations with the clients. Say, hey, so I have an important call coming in. I'm gonna have my phone by me, and if they call, then I'm gonna answer that. Let's get into Jerry's. So go back and wait while he's checking this out. Let's go over the requirements for what we'll do for the movement competency portion for level 1. So the squat is primarily what pattern? It's a squat pattern, yes. But what joint is working the most?
The quads, glutes.
Your quads are going to be working at the knee. Good. Your hips are working as well. The adductors would be the center disc.
Adductor magnus,
There
mostly.
you go. Now,
Right,
your
that's
setup
pretty
here is still a little off there. You see how it's closer than it was last time. But this pretty, okay, so he got his 10 reps. So let's watch it one more time. I want you guys to take a look at his shoes. So his weight goes up. Watch what happens with the drive. Can you see back there at the heels what happened?
Just lifting up.
Yeah, they start lifting up a little bit. Especially going over here a little bit. Now, still has a little bit of that valgus. Now, this is a tricky one because we're going to pretend like Jerry is a first-time client. Okay, so he comes in and he's looking to lose some fat. He's looking to get bigger arms and bigger chest, like most of our clients. So you go out there and you check out his squats. 135 doesn't look that bad, so you add some weight, and then this is what 185 looks like. So you have your client, this is a hypothetical, and this is what a lot of people would do. And they would, after that first rep or two, they would say, what did we notice? What did you guys notice about this video versus the last video?
One thing I noticed was the knee valgus is basically non-existent with the higher weight compared to the warm-up weight.
Can you get, oh, I want you to see this. This is kind of cool. Look at that. Let's see if I can do this. Oh, wow, so cool. Okay, so if you look at, what's the big difference you see here?
The weight's falling off to the right side. Or
His
not
back.
falling, but
Okay, what about his back?
He's got the flat back on the left, and he's got an arch on the right
Okay, so we're seeing,
from the way his shirt.
okay. I don't know if I see that. I
I
look,
think his lat's more engaged on the right.
okay.
And it look like he's also going low on the right. Like he's
That's
getting
the
more
big thing I'm
into
looking
it.
at right there. Is the depth. Look at where his butt is and look at the ball. See how that pull? Sorry, it sounds bad, Jerry, but the pull looks like it's going through his ass. That's good. Look at here. It's a lot less. Now, you will see a lot of times one compensation. So his left leg is driving in a little bit. That stuff doesn't concern me at all. I always kind of roll my eyes at trainers that lose their shit over that, because that is an inexperienced trainer's way of trying to show value. And if you're a good trainer, you just touch the outside of their knee, it will clean it up. Not worried about that whatsoever. The big thing here would be the depth. All right, so you're working with your hypothetical client. He comes in, he wants to lose weight. Now what you say is, oh, you're not going down as far. We're not going to go that heavy anymore. What we're going to do is we're just going to really work on our form. He could shake his head at you and be like, all right, cool, I like that. But guys have this thing that a lot of girls don't. And we're not talking about a penis, we're talking about an ego. And so what happens is when you start messing with the ego, and there's a high likelihood they're not going to train with you. Well, I'm trying to work on their form. Yes, but this is what's playing the game, in my opinion. So what I would do is we're going to get 10 reps here. And I noticed Jerry's range of motion after 1 isn't as great as it was on the first one over here. So let's look at his range. That's rep 1. Look at rep 1 over here. Significantly lower. So I see that. I'm going to change in my mind 10 reps and I'm going to go to 5 or 6. And I'm going to say, nice, good job. I like that. You're able to move more weight. Then I'm going to go over there and take the 25 off. Maybe I'll put a 10 on there, or maybe I'll just keep it at 135. And then I'm going to come back and do 6 or 7 more of these. So what I do there is this is what I call playing the game, feeding the ego. I'm not telling my client that we can't go heavy. Because for dudes, that's something that they internalize as like, oh, I don't want to work with this trainer. He's going to make me lift light. I don't want to lift light. I don't want to turn into a girl. Literally, that's shit that's going to go through your client's minds. And so by telling him that we can go a little heavier, but we're not going to do as much, what's going to happen is you're going to fix this on the back end. This is going to clean this up on the back end. I'm talking about this is session 1 or 2. So then as we progress weeks 12 to 18 to 20, his 185 is going to look like this. His 225 is going to look like this. But he's established bad patterns and behavior from the past. So what we want it to look like this. He's going to clean up that left leg by driving out more. But this isn't bad. This isn't something that I'm going to really beat my clients up over. And if you wanted to try something else, you could also do this for your 10 and then just do a superset right immediately after. And what's a superset?
Like it'd be like this squat, like lunges or something like that.
Yeah. So
Awesome.
what I would just do is do this. I would run over to the dumbbell rack, grab a 50, and then have him do 15 reps on the last set. But the full range of motion. So what I'm doing here is I'm cleaning up the dead space that he's not getting here on the back end with slower reps. So maybe I go grab him the 50 and I give him the 50 and I say, well, we're going to do 12 reps. We're going to come down and we're going to sit into the bottom of that. And you're not going to come up until I snap my finger. So he's literally at the same depth here with the dumbbell. He sits down. He actually sits down, holds it right there. He's probably gonna be a little deeper too. And I'm going to go in. So that's the trainer engagement I'm talking about. Well, people are going to look around like, oh, that's pretty cool. I haven't seen a trainer do that. Usually they just count their fucking reps and they're on their clipboard. The trainer's getting engaged and when he gets down there, and go up now. Auditory cueing like that. And so that's going to help fix the bad form on the front part, but you're going to get engaged and the client's really going to enjoy it. Because do you think Jerry, as my hypothetical client, do you think he's ever done that in his life before? No, he's probably goblet squat. He's probably back squat as we see here, but now I'm showing the value of the trainer. And that's what's going to get your clients to keep showing back up. All right, let's take a look at it. Great job, Jerry. Thank you for doing that. Does that help?
Yeah.
Did you have any questions, Jerry?
No, that definitely helped me. And today when I actually went to work out with Kate again today, but I took my shoes off when I did it because I noticed we were doing front squats. I noticed I was falling backwards, so I took my shoes off to do the whole because we did lower body. And yeah, I noticed it definitely helped to do that. My shoes are not the best for it, so.